Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. The world of coin collecting is fascinating, especially when we look at coins that hold not only historical value, but also tremendous potential worth. One such coin is the 1999 Delaware Washington State Quarter, part of the 50 State Quarters program. This particular coin is more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American history that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. If you've ever wondered what makes certain coins so valuable, you'll find the story of the Delaware Quarter a fascinating example of how rarity, design, and historical significance combine to make a coin worth thousands. The 50 State Quarters program, introduced by the United States Mint in 1999, was a groundbreaking initiative. The idea was to issue a series of quarters, each one representing one of the 50 states, with designs reflecting each state's unique history and culture. The Delaware Quarter was the first coin to be released in the program, and it set the stage for the following releases over the next 10 years. Being the first in the series, the Delaware Quarter immediately became a highly sought-after coin for collectors. The design on the Delaware Quarter is especially significant. It features a profile of Caesar Rodney, a man whose actions had a huge impact on American history. Caesar Rodney was a Delaware delegate to the Continental Congress and is best known for his dramatic midnight ride to Philadelphia in 1776, where he cast the deciding vote for Delaware in favor of the Declaration of Independence. His story is one of patriotism, bravery, and dedication to the cause of liberty. The coin's design honors this pivotal moment in American history, making it not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of the nation's fight for independence. What makes the 1999 Delaware Washington State Quarter particularly interesting is how it ties into Delaware's legacy as the first state to ratify the United States Constitution. Delaware's early and pivotal role in the foundation of the United States is symbolized by the choice to feature Caesar Rodney on the quarter. As the first state to ratify the Constitution, Delaware holds a special place in American history, and this quarter is a lasting tribute to that significance. While the coin may seem like just another part of the 50 State Quarters program, it holds immense value for collectors. What many don't realize is that the true worth of a coin like this goes far beyond its face value of just 25 cents. When you start looking closely at the condition, rarity, and even possible minting errors, the value of the coin can soar. Most of the 1999 Delaware quarters were minted in large quantities and remain easy to find. However, certain factors can significantly increase the coin's worth. One of the most important factors that influence the value of any coin is its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, with little to no wear or discoloration, are far more valuable than those that have been circulated. An uncirculated coin, meaning it has never been used in daily transactions, holds a premium for collectors. The 1999 Delaware Quarter, when found in pristine, mint condition, becomes a highly sought-after piece for those who want to add something special to their collections. Another factor that can drive the price of the 1999 Delaware Quarter to new heights is the rarity of certain variations or minting errors. Even small, seemingly insignificant mistakes during the coin's production process can make a coin highly valuable. A misalignment of the die, a double strike, or an off-center design are just a few examples of minting errors that collectors look for. These variations can transform a regular coin into a rare, one-of-a-kind item that commands a much higher price. In fact, coins with these kinds of minting errors are especially prized by collectors, as they are unique and rare. As the 1999 Delaware Quarter was one of the first in the 50 State Quarters program, any mistake made during its production is considered highly significant. As a result, the value of coins with minting errors has surged, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for them. It's also worth noting that as time goes on, the popularity of collecting these quarters has only grown. The 50 State Quarters program was a nationwide hit, and people who collected the coins in the early years have now seen their collections appreciate in value. What was once a simple hobby has turned into a serious pursuit for many. with some collectors now looking at these quarters as potential investments for the future. And that's where the 1999 Delaware Washington State quarter truly shines. With its historical significance, rare variations, and connection to a major national program, the 1999 Delaware quarter is more than just a coin. It's a window into America's past, a testament to the bravery of individuals like Caesar Rodney, and a lasting reminder of the momentous decisions that led to the birth of the nation. As with many rare coins, the value has risen significantly over the years, and collectors are always on the lookout for those few exceptional pieces that stand out from the rest. A coin like the 1999 Delaware Washington State quarter, in excellent condition or with a minting error, has the potential to be worth far more than the average collector might expect. In fact, some have sold for extraordinary amounts at auctions. A particularly rare and well-preserved example of this quarter recently sold for an eye-popping $43,000. Yes, you read that right. $43,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. This incredible sale serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the value of a coin isn't determined by how much it costs to produce, but by how rare and special it becomes over time. Coins like the 1999 Delaware Washington State quarter, with their historical significance and the potential for minting errors, can become incredibly valuable over the years. For anyone who has a collection of state quarters or is just starting to build one, the 1999 Delaware quarter is definitely one to keep an eye on. In conclusion, the 1999 Delaware Washington State quarter is not just a beautiful piece of American history, it's also a valuable collectible. Whether you're drawn to it for its design, its connection to the nation's founding, or the potential to find a rare minting error, this coin has proven to be a highly sought-after treasure. And with examples of this coin selling for as much as $43,000, it's clear that this quarter is worth far more than just its face value. If you have one of these coins in your collection, or you come across one in the future, it could very well be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Top 2. Coins have always been a fascinating part of history, not only because they serve as a form of currency, but also because they tell stories of the time periods in which they were made. The 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin is one of those coins that has captivated the attention of collectors for decades. Initially released with little fanfare, this coin has grown in value and importance, and some versions of it are now worth far more than anyone could have imagined when it first hit circulation. If you're a coin enthusiast or just someone curious about what makes certain coins worth so much, then you're in for a real treat. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced in 1971 by the U.S. Mint, following the end of the silver standard. The coin was designed to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, who led the country through a critical period, including World War II and the post-war era. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Eisenhower, while the reverse depicts an image of the Apollo 11 moon landing, commemorating the historic achievement of the United States in space exploration. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar, like the rest of the series, was primarily struck in copper-nickel. While most of these coins were produced for general circulation, there were also special proof versions and silver-clad varieties minted for collectors. These collectors' versions of the coin are what make the 1974 Eisenhower dollar truly special. What started out as a simple piece of currency has since become a sought-after treasure for collectors around the world. One of the key factors contributing to the 1974 Eisenhower dollar's value is its limited mintage, particularly in silver. In 1974, the U.S. Mint issued two different types of the Eisenhower dollar, the copper-nickel-clad version and the 40% silver version. The silver version was issued in limited quantities, primarily for collectors. While the copper-nickel version is still relatively easy to find, the silver Eisenhower dollar is much rarer, and this is where the real value lies. The silver Eisenhower dollars were issued for collectors who wanted a more valuable version of the coin. While the 40% silver Eisenhower dollar was still widely available, there was also a more limited production of a 90% silver coin, which is even rarer and much more valuable today. Coins minted in higher percentages of silver tend to hold greater value due to the intrinsic worth of the metal itself. However, the condition of the coin is just as important, if not more so, when determining its value. Coins that have been carefully preserved and remain in excellent condition are worth far more than those that have been heavily circulated. A coin that has been kept in a safe place, away from dirt, scratches, and wear and tear, is highly sought after in the numismatic world. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar, particularly the silver version, when found in pristine, uncirculated condition, becomes a valuable gem for collectors. Now, let's talk about the rare and extraordinary coins that can fetch some incredible prices. While most of the 1974 Eisenhower dollars might not be worth much more than their face value, there are some exceptions. Coins that were struck with minting errors, such as double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center images, can be worth a small fortune. These kinds of errors are highly desirable to collectors because they are unique and cannot be reproduced. An Eisenhower dollar with a minting error could end up being worth significantly more than a typical coin. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar, particularly the silver version with unique minting characteristics, has seen its value grow steadily over time. As more collectors and investors have turned their attention to rare and historically significant coins, the price of certain 1974 Eisenhower dollars has skyrocketed. In fact, one particular 1974 silver Eisenhower dollar, in near-perfect condition with some unique features, recently sold for an incredible sum of $85,000. Yes, that's right, $85,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just $1. How does a coin like this go from being worth just $1 to being sold for such a high price? It's all about rarity, condition, and the unique characteristics that make it stand out. Coins like the 1974 Eisenhower dollar that were struck in silver, especially those with minting errors or in exceptional condition, have become highly sought after by collectors. As the world of numismatics grows and more people become aware of the potential for high-value coins, the demand for rare and well-preserved coins like the 1974 Eisenhower dollar continues to rise. If you happen to have a 1974 Eisenhower dollar in your collection, it could be worth taking a closer look at it. Is it in pristine condition? Does it have any unique features or errors? If so, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Professional grading services can assess the coin's condition and provide a detailed analysis of its value based on factors like its rarity, the metal content, and its overall state of preservation. As we've seen, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is far from just a piece of history. It's a coin that has earned its place in the hearts of collectors, with certain versions now fetching incredible prices. While many of the coins from this series are still relatively easy to find and don't hold a great deal of value, the silver versions and those in mint condition or with errors have proven to be worth a lot more. The sale of one particular 1974 Eisenhower dollar for $85,000 proves that this coin is more than just a relic from the 1970s. It's a true treasure in the world of numismatics. Next time you find a 1974 Eisenhower dollar, take a moment to inspect it carefully. Whether it's the silver version or one with a minting error, it could be worth far more than you ever expected. Coins like this have a way of turning up in the most unlikely of places, and who knows? You could be holding on to a coin that's worth a small fortune. Top 3. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, and one of the most iconic coins that continues to fascinate collectors is the Kennedy half dollar. Specifically, the Kennedy half dollar minted in 1776 to 1976 stands out as a particularly special coin, celebrating the United States bicentennial. The story behind this coin, its design, and its surprising value make it a truly intriguing subject for any numismatist or coin enthusiast. Today, we're going to explore the history, significance, and, most importantly, the value of this remarkable coin. The Kennedy half dollar was first minted in 1964, just 3 years after President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. In honor of his leadership and legacy, the U.S. Mint decided to replace the Franklin half dollar with a coin bearing Kennedy's likeness. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of the 35th President of the United States, while the reverse shows a magnificent eagle. These coins were initially struck in 90% silver, but were later changed to a copper-nickel blend in 1971 due to rising silver prices. Fast forward to 1976, the year of America's 200th birthday, and the Kennedy half dollar takes on a new significance. To commemorate the bicentennial of the United States, the U.S. Mint issued a special version of the Kennedy half dollar. This coin, known as the bicentennial Kennedy half dollar, features a unique reverse design. Instead of the usual eagle, the reverse showcases a depiction of the Liberty Bell and the moon, symbolizing both the nation's independence and its triumphs in space exploration. The obverse, however, remained the same, with the famous portrait of President Kennedy. This bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar was produced in massive quantities, with over 400 million coins minted in 1975 and 1976. These coins were intended to circulate widely, and indeed, they did. However, despite their large production, these coins hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. What sets the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar apart from its counterparts is the historical context in which it was minted and the unique design that commemorates a pivotal moment in U.S. history. But what about its value? Many people assume that coins minted in such large quantities, particularly ones meant for circulation, don't have much value. While it's true that most 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollars aren't worth much more than their face value, there are certain conditions and variations that can make them highly valuable. Just like with any collectible item, the value of a coin depends on a few key factors: rarity, condition, and unique features. Most of the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollars are made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, which is not as valuable as the earlier silver coins. However, there are a few key things that can make this coin worth a lot more. The first thing to consider is the coin's condition. Coins that are in uncirculated or nearly perfect condition are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated and show signs of wear. When it comes to the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, the better the condition, the higher the value. Another factor to look for is whether the coin is a proof coin. Proof coins are specially minted with a process that gives them a mirror-like finish, making them much more attractive to collectors. These proof versions were produced in limited quantities and often come with a certificate of authenticity, making them even more desirable. If you happen to own a proof version of the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, you could be holding onto a coin worth far more than you initially thought. The most valuable versions of this coin, however, are those that were minted with unique characteristics or errors. Minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center impressions, or any other abnormalities, can greatly increase the value of a coin. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is no exception. Coins with these types of errors are highly prized by collectors because they are rare and distinct from the standard coins. If you own one of these error coins, you could have a very valuable piece on your hands. So, how much can the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar actually be worth? While most coins from this series are worth anywhere from $2 to $5 depending on their condition, there are some coins from this year that have sold for truly remarkable amounts. In particular, certain proof coins, coins in pristine condition, and error coins can fetch thousands of dollars. But there's one coin in particular that stands out as one of the most valuable. Recently, a rare 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar with a unique error sold for a mind-blowing sum. This coin, with its remarkable condition and rare features, was sold for the astounding amount of $95,000. That's right, $95,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 50 cents. How does a coin like this go from being worth 50 cents to being worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in rarity and demand. As with all collectibles, the value of a coin increases with its rarity and desirability among collectors. Coins that are in excellent condition, have limited mintage, or feature unique errors are highly sought after. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, in particular, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors due to its historical significance, its striking design, and its connection to one of the most memorable moments in American history. If you're a coin collector or just someone who enjoys learning about the history behind U.S. currency, the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is definitely a coin worth keeping an eye on. Even though most of these coins are still relatively affordable, certain rare versions can be worth a small fortune. So, if you come across one of these coins, take a moment to inspect it carefully. It could very well be worth far more than its face value. After all, some of these coins have been known to fetch incredible prices at auctions, like that one coin recently sold for $95,000. Now that's a surprising twist for a coin originally designed to celebrate America's 200th birthday. Top 4. Coins are more than just a medium of exchange. They're small pieces of history, each one telling its own unique story. One such coin that has captured the attention of collectors is the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. While most coins from this era might not carry much monetary value, the 1965 Washington quarter stands out as a noteworthy exception. This coin, originally produced for everyday use, has gained significant attention in the world of numismatics, and its value has soared over the years, reaching incredible heights. So, what makes the seemingly ordinary coin worth so much? Let's take a deeper dive into the history and value of the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. First, let's set the stage. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It quickly became a staple of American currency and has been in production ever since. The design features a profile of the first U.S. president, George Washington, on the obverse side of the coin, while the reverse showcases an eagle perched on a branch. This design remained unchanged for many years, but 1965 marked a pivotal year for the Washington quarter dollar. In 1965, the U.S. Mint faced a significant issue: the rising cost of silver. For decades, U.S. coins had been made using a silver-copper alloy, but due to inflation and silver prices skyrocketing, it became too expensive to continue producing silver coins. As a result, the U.S. government decided to switch the composition of the quarter, as well as other denominations, to a copper-nickel blend. This was the beginning of what's known as the clad coinage era. The change in composition also marked a dramatic shift in the design and overall value of coins from that time. However, there was one special batch of quarters that year that was minted before the switch was fully implemented. These 1965 Washington quarters were struck with a unique blend that included silver, which was something of a rare exception to the new standard. The silver Washington quarters produced in 1965 are quite rare, and their scarcity is what has made them so valuable over the years. Though most of the 1965 Washington quarters were made using the new copper-nickel composition, a small number of these coins were accidentally struck with the old silver composition, making them highly sought after by collectors. What sets these silver-dated quarters apart is not only their historical significance but also their rarity. A coin that was produced in error or by mistake can hold incredible value in the numismatic world. These silver 1965 Washington quarters were produced in limited numbers, which makes them especially hard to find today. And because the majority of the 1965 quarters in circulation are the copper-nickel versions, the silver ones are highly prized by collectors who are eager to add them to their collections. Now, let's talk about the real worth of the 1965 Washington quarter. While most 1965 Washington quarters in average condition may still only be worth their face value or a bit more, those that have been preserved in pristine condition or have unique characteristics are where the real money lies. The value of a coin is largely determined by its rarity, condition, and demand in the marketplace. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or mint state and are free from damage, discoloration, or wear can command a premium price. Collectors are constantly searching for these high-grade coins to complete their collections, which drives up the price. In addition to pristine condition, coins that have special features such as minting errors are worth considerably more. For instance, a 1965 Washington quarter that has a double strike, an off-center impression, or any other type of misprint could fetch a much higher price at auction. These coins are considered to be error coins, and in the world of coin collecting, error coins are often worth far more than standard, error-free versions. Now, you may be wondering just how much one of these rare 1965 silver Washington quarters is really worth. Well, prepare yourself because this is where it gets really exciting. Recently, a 1965 Washington quarter in excellent condition, with the original silver composition, was sold for a staggering $118,000. That's right, $118,000 for a quarter that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. So, how did a coin like this go from being worth 25 cents to reaching such a high price? The key is its rarity and the high demand among collectors. The 1965 Washington quarter with the silver composition is an incredibly rare find, and when it's in near-perfect condition, it becomes even more desirable. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such coins, and this particular quarter's value reflects the immense interest and competition among numismatists looking to own a piece of American history. The story behind the 1965 Washington quarter dollar is a perfect example of how sometimes the most unexpected things can turn into gold. A simple change in coinage composition led to the creation of one of the rarest and most valuable coins in U.S. history. And while the 1965 Washington quarter may have been intended to circulate as just another coin, it has become so much more than that, a symbol of how a rare historical error can create an unforgettable treasure. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare silver 1965 Washington quarters, or if you come across one in your coin hunting, it might be time to take a closer look. With the potential to fetch such a high price, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, the 1965 Washington quarter reminds us that you never know what hidden treasures might be sitting right under your nose. So, next time you're sifting through old coins or searching for that elusive find, keep an eye out for the 1965 Washington quarter. You never know. One day, you might find yourself in possession of a coin that could be worth a mind-blowing $118,000. Now that's a discovery that could change your life.